Today we are going to start a new part of our unit. We will be looking at irregular shapes that are made up of rectangles, and we will use what we know about rectangles to help us figure out missing side lengths. Let's take a look at our problem of the day. Jakayla is trying to label all of the sides of the shape below. Help her figure out what the length of the side lengths labeled A and B are. Take a moment to look back at your work. Let's begin with side A. How did you figure out the length of side A? Say it out loud. I heard some scholars say that they broke this shape into two smaller rectangles by drawing a dotted line from where 3 and 5 meet on the inside corner across to line A. Why did you do that? Say it out loud. Yes, we know that opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. If we create two smaller rectangles, it makes it easier to see where the opposite sides are. Let's keep that in mind as we continue to work through the problem. How did you use this rectangle to find the length of side A? Say it out loud. Correct. If we look at the top rectangle, we know that the length is 3 feet on the right. So it must be 3 feet on the left because opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal. Why does this work? Say it out loud. Yes, both sides are equal to 3 feet because, like we said, we know that the opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal. So if one side is 3 feet, then the other side must also be 3 feet. Great work. Does this tell us the length of the whole side A? Evaluate. I heard some scholars say that we need to find out the length of the bottom rectangle. That's correct. How can we do that? Say it out loud. Correct. We can look at the opposite side of that rectangle and see that it is 2 feet. So the bottom of this side must also be 2 feet. How can we find the length of the whole side A? Evaluate. Right. Since we know the top part of side A is 3 feet, and we know the bottom part of side A is 2 feet, we can add the two parts together to get the full length. What is the full length of side A? Say it out loud. Yes. 3 plus 2 equals 5 feet. So the length of side A is 5 feet. You are great mathematicians. How did you figure out side B? Say it out loud. I heard some scholars say that they broke this shape up into 2 smaller rectangles a different way by drawing a dotted line from where 3 and 5 meet on the inside corner down to line B. Why did you do that? Say it out loud. Good work. We know that opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal. By creating 2 smaller rectangles, it makes it easier to see where the opposite sides are. How did you use this rectangle to find the length of B? Say it out loud. Yes, if we look at the rectangle on the left side, we know that the length is 2 feet on the top so it must be 2 feet on the bottom. How did you know that this side of B was 2 feet? Say it out loud. I heard many scholars say that both sides are equal to 2 feet because just like earlier, we know that the opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal. So if one side is 2 feet, then the opposite side must also be 2 feet. Great work. Does this tell us the length of the whole side B? Evaluate. Correct. This does not tell us the whole length of B. We need to find out the length of the rectangle on the right side first. How can we do that? Say it out loud. Great job. We can look at the opposite side of that rectangle and see that it is 5 feet on the top so the bottom must also be 5 feet. Why? That's right, because opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal. How can we find the total length for side B? Say it out loud. Yes, since we know the left side of side B is 2 feet and the right side of B is 5 feet, we can do 2 plus 5 equals, yes, 7 feet. So the length of B is 7 feet. How did we find the missing side lengths? Say it out loud. Yes, we partitioned irregular shapes into regular shapes or rectangles. Here and here. And then we use the rule that the opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal to find the missing lengths. Great job, mathematicians. Keep this in mind as we try one more.